Hi everyone.
I'm
Peter.
Jen.
Oh, you're first.
I'm Jen.
I'm Peter.
I have my name in the title.
Yes, it's true.
We are LuLaRoe Jen Bayreuther. And we just wanted to come on here and tell us a little bit about who we are and what we do. So we sell LuLaRoe clothing. Well, we don't yet, as you can see. There's a lot of empty hangers. But last week we received our call to become LuLaRoe consultants, and we are getting 650 pieces of clothing on Thursday. So they recommend around 300, but I decided to
go deep.
Go big or go home.
That's how we do.
So we are super excited about starting this journey. And we just wanted to share a little bit about us and our goals and dreams and
a little bit about how we got to where we are now in the business, so that you can have an idea if you're interested in onboarding, if you're interested in LuLaRoe, what the process has looked like for beginners like us.
Yeah. So how did we hear about LuLaRoe? It was early March, and I went to a friend's pop-up, and my sponsor, Katie, was selling her clothes there, and I was pregnant, and still am.
They were LuLaRoe clothes. She wasn't just selling her own clothes.
Yeah. And I tried them on, and I came home with 4 or 5 pieces, and was totally in love. So I went back again the next week to another party and bought 4 or 5 more. And then all of a sudden I had 10 pieces and I got a free one, and I was like, wow, this is so fun. So I came home raving about it, and
Jen told me a little bit more about what LuLaRoe was and what it takes, and she said, oh, I think I may host a party, and I said, well, have you thought about being a consultant? Is that something you're interested in?
And I said, no, I don't want to do that. So, so maybe a week later.
Lights went off. Oh well. Keep going. Show must go on.
So about a week later, it was the 1-year anniversary of my dad passing away. And I felt like I had a really hard time getting through the first year without him, and all of the milestones that we passed, and we hit the 1 year, and I felt like it was time for some new beginnings. And so I reached out to Katie and I said, what does it take to be a consultant? Tell me more. And so she did, and then the next day I sent my paperwork, and we were waiting on the list. So
2 years.
No, 2 months.
2 decades.
2 months.
Felt like 2 decades.
It felt like 2 decades. For sure. So LuLaRoe is big on figuring out what your why is and why you want to sell, and what your reasoning is for selling the clothes. So for us, we really want to make this a family thing, and to be involved together and to work as a team and to teach our girls. We have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and then a baby girl on the way in the next week. So we want to teach our girls how to work as a team and how to
start a business, what it takes to start a business and run a business, and everything from what it takes to interact with people, and to help them to feel good about what they're buying, and even just to do simple math, to handle money, and to treat people nicely and welcome people into our home.
And we are starting homeschooling in the fall, so I guess we'll start with the basic counting in the fall. And
a lot of clothes to count.
A lot of clothes. But we're really excited about teaching our girls that if they have a passion, to go for it, and to support one another. So we are really excited about that. So in the 2 months of waiting in the queue, which is the kind of the list that you are on while you're waiting to get the call to become a consultant. There's so many people interested in selling LuLaRoe, and it's getting really big. that there's been a pretty long waiting list. But during those 2 months, I have done lots and lots of research. Lots and lots of pregnancy insomnia, where I was up at 3:30 or 4 in the morning, couldn't sleep, so I'd come downstairs and just watch videos and research and write everything down and figure out what I needed to buy and be all ready. My sponsor and other uplines said that I was nesting in LuLaRoe, and I am sure of that. But I feel very prepared now to hit the ground running when the clothes come, and yeah, we've just taken this time to dream, right, and
to dive in to look at everything from accounting to best practice for social media and what it takes to host an effective pop-up, and the list. I think Jen has covered the list. The list goes on, and I think you got almost to the end of it. But that's how you approach, and that's a great thing, that you approach things with energy and passion, and we make a good team. And I'll go through and I'll comb through the accounting details, and my eyes don't glaze over on a spreadsheet, because spreadsheets are sometimes pretty boring, but they help on one side of the business, and Jen can help people assemble a wardrobe a whole lot better than I can. So
he's also a very talented woodworker, so he's been making things for me, like my iPad stand and my legging ladder and all those things that I'll show you guys about.
You need a legging ladder.
Yeah, everyone needs a legging ladder. But we also have thought of, on a more serious side, about being generous with our profits and how we want to donate a portion of our sales each month, and how the income potential for LuLaRoe is quite large if you work hard, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, this is not a hobby. This wasn't something that Jen came to me and said, you know, I'm bored. I have 2 children and a part-time job, and I just don't do enough. But this was something that we're going to invest time and energy into, and to do this together. This is something we sat down and ran the numbers and looked at what this would take, and decided this was right for our family, and it'll be a risk, but the rewards are great, and that's what doing it together, that's what makes it fun.
So we are ready to start this journey, and all those clothes come on Thursday, and we're not going to start selling for a few weeks. We have the launch party scheduled for early June, just because we have a baby coming in the next week or 2. I don't know. So we're going to just take our time unpacking the boxes and getting set up, and we are really excited.
Taking pictures.
Yes, 650 pictures.
So Jen got a lot of hangers and a lot of clothes. She got a lot of hangers, and she needed more hangers.
Yeah, I bought more today. 175 more.
I think you needed 350 more.
I know. No. We'll keep some folded.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking that there'll be some duplicates, but we'll see.
Yep.
Anyway.
And one of the things that brought us to LuLaRoe too is there's a bunch of consultants. There's a lot waiting in the queue. But one of the things that took some of the risk and made it also took some of the risk out of it, but also makes it unique, is that there's only 2,500 of each print, of each style of clothing. So a LuLaRoe consultant next door probably won't have the same print that Jen has. So they may have the same style, but people aren't going to be just flipping through the same catalog for each person who's selling LuLaRoe. Jen is almost certainly going to have an entirely different set of clothes than her upline sponsor even. And so there's a reason to go from Jen to someone else, and then to come back to Jen even 2 or 3 weeks later. So it keeps things fresh, and the corporate office is always refining what's selling, what isn't, looking at trends. They've added the kids' leggings, they've added a bunch of different things that we've really been excited about.
Yes, the girls are very excited about their twirly skirts
Yes.
and their shirts and matching mommy with her leggings. So we're really excited about that.
2 or 3
This is
things.
a perfect tee, and it's awesome for maternity. And then I've got some red polka dot leggings on. And yeah, so there's only 2,500 of these leggings in this pattern. So chances are I will not bump into you with the red polka dot leggings.
So 2 or 3 things people should do if they're waiting in the queue. What you got a chance to go to the
Yeah, I
Inspire?
went to the Inspire training in New York, and that was last week. And it was a long 5-hour train ride to New York City, but it was so worth it. It got me really excited about the possibilities of LuLaRoe and just the potential that we have to make a good amount of money and to be generous with it, and we're really excited about that.
in the community.
Yeah.
One of the huge things that we've seen is the community. Jen has been, she said she's been watching videos and videos and videos and looking at Facebook groups and Periscopes, and if all of these, well, Periscope was the only one that I didn't know of, but if it's new to you, then just look, watch videos, look at tutorials. That's what Jen has done and I've done to get up to speed. So look at what other people have done. The LuLaRoe community is willing to help and answer your questions. And
people want to share, like, what's the best rack for clothing? What's gonna hold, a couple 100 pounds of clothes, and what's going to fall at your first pop-up? So there's all sorts of great lists out there, and we're more than happy to help. If you want to reach out to us, you can look at the profile and send us an email. So other than that, we'll just wait for baby and probably see you after that.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Jen.
I'm Peter.
And we are LuLaRoe Jen Bayreuther.
Oh, I see how you did that. LuLaRoe Jen Barrett. That's us.
Yeah. We are just randomly sitting in front of a giant rat.
Super giant rat.